Hey everybody, and welcome to my video about the Oppo Reno 10 5G. I'm going to be making 3 videos overall. This one is going to be the first one, which just kind of covers everything about the device. And then the next 2 will focus on the ways that I use a phone and that potentially you use a phone. So I want to deep dive into the camera system, and I want to check out some of the gaming capabilities of the Reno 10 5G. It's come out in 2023, and if I had to sum up 2023 in the smartphone calendar, I'd say that it's the year of the mid-range phone. The specs on some of these Android devices that are coming out are absolutely outrageous. And what Oppo are doing here for the price that you get is absolutely ridiculous. In South Africa, the Oppo Reno 10 5G is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 7050 5G mobile platform. This is a powerful chipset that makes a lot of the flagship features on this mid-range device possible. The big thing that they want you to notice is in the name. It's got a faster 5G experience, as well as being a more powerful chipset than previous iterations. But to really take it to the max, Oppo have developed an ultra-conductive cooling system to push the chipset that much further, meaning that you'll get some great performance out of games and other heavy lifting apps that we use on a daily basis, like Lightroom or CapCut, things that really make use of the processor. Before we jump through some of the specs, let's chat about what's in the box and the overall design of the phone. Not a lot of companies are putting this level of value into the box. The Reno 10 5G comes boxed with a 67-watt fast-charging brick and cable, as well as an unexpectedly nice clear rubbery cover. Check it out. Again, this is something rare to find, and with Oppo being relatively new on the market here in South Africa, third-party covers might be very hard to come by, which is often the case when there's a new phone manufacturer. So including one in the box is very cool of them. It ensures that you do have a cover right from the store, and you know, covers can be expensive, and you've got one, a really decent one. It's even got a little texture, listen, on the inside. A lot of new Android phones coming out now support fast charging, but they don't include a charging brick, let alone a fast charging one. Picking up one of these online is on average, when I checked, about $500 for a decent quality one. So that's already a massive saving. I mean, this phone is already under 20,000 Rand new. So $500 is a big percentage of the overall cost of the device, which is nice. It's nice that they included that. And it means that with all of these things, it's a pretty complete package. There's even a screen protector that's been applied directly to the phone out of the box. But there's a couple of concerns I have. The first one is that this one is already starting to come off, but I know a lot of people just take these off anyway, so that's fine. And I guess, look, if I rub it down again, it sticks. And my other concern with this is that if you want to add your own screen protector, you're going to just have to remove this factory one as they put it, which I guess is it's a small gripe. I guess it's nice that they've included it. If you know me, you'll know that I'm a fan of plastic backs. They don't break or scratch or crack as easily like some other phone manufacturers out there. And they're inherently light. Plastic is an inherently light material. What Oppo have done here looks great with this beautiful duotone finish. You see it like it clips the light. It's really nice. And it's got a really great texture to the touch. It's thin, it's light, and it's framed with this metal rim around the edge. To be honest, I think this metal rim looks a little bit dated, but it's a design choice that you're probably going to forget as you start using the phone, or you might just have different opinions on it looking dated or not. But to me, this looks a bit dated. But the benefit of this is it gets the screen to be curved, and that's more comfortable to hold. That's literally the trade here. I like this. I really like this finish at the top. Then on the back, there's the camera array, which, to be honest, I'm not a fan of this design. It's like this. It's like a tablet design. It's like, when I say it, like a medicine tablet. But what I do like, and I'm very appreciative of, is have a look at this massive camera lens on the primary camera. If you know me, I'd make the whole back of the phone just cameras if it just makes the photo quality better. So yeah, to me, it's a small price to pay. But the way they arranged feels like too ordinary, you know? Like there isn't a brave and striking design that you might see on other devices out there that's memorable. This isn't going to stand out or leave an impression. And again, maybe that's something that you want, is like a phone that's a little bit more incognito, but it is practical. And a lot of people want practical phones. I'm incredibly impressed with this display. The Oppo Reno 10 5G has a 6.7-inch AMOLED display with 120 Hz refresh rate with a 240 Hz touch sampling rate for faster input. It's great for gaming, great for, interacting with your phone without it feeling like there is a lag. The display is absolutely stunning. It's got bright colors, it's got deep blacks, and wide viewing angles when you switch it on and you look at it from different angles. The 120 Hz refresh rate, of course, makes the phone feel very smooth and responsive. You won't be able to see it in this video because you're going to be watching this in like 24 FPS, but it feels amazing, and it's amazing for gaming. I've got so used to using 120 Hz on other smartphones that I have now that like I've actually become somewhat of a refresh rate snob on phones as well. Not that I wasn't one on PC, but anyway, here we are, 2023. The brightness though is somewhat of a weak spot. It's only got 800 nits of brightness in direct sunlight, so that's its reported peak brightness, and 500 nits as their standard maximum brightness. Although it might not be as light or as bright as other phones, it's perfectly fine in most use cases and most scenarios. It just means that you might have to step out of the sun for a little bit when you use your phone in some instances. So it's a small trade-off. The other benefits of having a less bright display, in fact, are the battery life. The less bright your display is, the longer the battery life, and it can manage that. But anyway, just would have been nice. To have a brightest display. The MediaTek Dimensity 7050 is the brains behind everything in this device and offers great performance in all the tasks that you might need from it. The two ARM Cortex-A78 processors can clock up to 2.6 GHz, giving you rapid app response time, which is great for everyday use. We all know there's nothing worse than a laggy device. And did I mention the chip's also got Wi-Fi 6? The chip is also the driving force behind the MediaTek intelligent refresh rate display technology that provides you with an extremely efficient 120 Hz display, which once again helps you maximize your battery life. And lastly, by using the advanced TSMC N6 6nm class chip production process, it allows you to extend your battery life even if you are a demanding user like myself. This is also the reason why these devices can be so slim and lightweight, but still have amazing performance. So let's step into the camera. The Oppo Reno 10 5G has a triple lens rear camera system with a 64 megapixel main sensor, a 32 megapixel telephoto lens, and an 8 megapixel ultra wide sensor with a field of view of 112 degrees, which is pretty wide. It's a rather complete set of cameras, like on paper, one which I'm going to be putting to the test in an upcoming video. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to check that out for yourself and see how it goes. On the front of the device over here, we got the 32 megapixel f2.4 front-facing camera. These are all great camera specs. They really are. However, I'm going to go into a deep dive in the camera a little bit later. For video, the rear-facing camera can shoot up to 4K at 30 FPS and 1080p at 60 FPS. It's got both optical image stabilization and electronic image stabilization, which is really cool. Glad that they've included both of those. Again, quality of life features that you often only find in flagship devices. It's easy to omit those things because in marketing material, it's something that a lot of people don't take note of, but it just goes to show that the detail is there. It's worth bringing up that it's got 8 plus 8 gigs of RAM to give you a total of 16 gigs of RAM, which is amazing, as well as 256 gigs of storage, perfect for all your media and games. Honestly, I think this should be the standard nowadays because the file sizes of media that we're capturing are just so big, especially if you're going to be shooting 4K 30. So lots of storage. Big win. The Oppo Reno 10 5G has a 5,000 milliamp battery, which is awesome. I actually didn't think it had a 5,000 milliamp battery because of how light and thin it is, but there we are. There we have it. It's got it. It supports 65 watt fast charging, and one of the greatest trends that I've seen in the last few years has actually been fast charging. So I'm glad that it's available now in the Reno 10 5G. It's super convenient. It's like you can top up your battery from 0 to 100%, like from empty to full in 30 minutes. That's enough time for a shower, depending on how long you are taking a number 2, and a cup of coffee before work. comment below how long you take a number 2 for. But when you're fast charging, just make sure that you're using the included USB-C cable and their charging brick, because that's how you get those fast speeds. Before concluding, I have to mention some other quality of life features that Oppo have included here. For security, you get both fingerprint and facial recognition, which is great. I love this because not only is it more convenient for, to have that kind of choice, but there are other accessibility reasons to include other security options or a variety of security options. Like you may not have hands, for instance, and that limits the choice of phones in the mid-range market that you have the option of getting, but it supports all. Oppo are like bringing it to the party. So in conclusion, overall, I think the Oppo Reno 10 5G is a great all-round phone that's got a lot to offer. It's got a very cool display, a powerful processor, which is incredibly important, a versatile camera system that caters to most people's photography needs, and it's got a really good battery life. If you're looking for a new 5G phone, especially something in the mid-range, the Oppo Reno 10 5G might be the one that you're looking for. It certainly ticks a lot of boxes for me. It might do that for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more of the Oppo Reno 10 5G, outside of this quick look, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a deep dive into the camera system so you can have a look at some of those photos for yourself. And then I want to see how this games. I want to see how this pushes the processor, that MediaTek Dimensity 750. I want to see how it pushes it in applications that I use constantly. And if you've got any other questions or comments, please leave them below. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in another video. Cheers.